So the purpose of this video is to explain some very simple and efficient methods that you can use to respond to an emergency situation should you choose to exercise that option. Now, it's important to point out that you familiarize yourself with your state and local laws that pertain to you exercising your legal right to defending yourself and your family against a potential life-threatening situation or person. So how the idea came about of making this video is pretty simple. The fact is there are millions and millions of American hunters who are scattered very densely across the United States who are both casual and avid outdoorsmen. And chances are you have a weapon very similar to this pump action hunting shotgun that is already in your possession in your safe. Now, there's some really basic methods here, one of which is something as simple as having a neoprene stock sleeve on a shotgun like this that has the ammo readily available as soon as you grab it out of the safe. As you saw in the video, you don't have to scramble around for a box of ammunition or anything like that. If you have the ammo already on the gun, you have to grab one item and it eliminates a step that's going to be very time efficient in response to getting a text from your loved one. Now, if you pair it with something like a basic med kit like this Recon medical kit, it will give you the ability to respond and apply a basic medical aid should the situation call for it. It's not entirely necessary, but it's a great thing to have. This is just an old backpack that I dug out of the closet that I've had for years. It doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to be functional. Something like this is by no means an optimal weapon to respond to something like an active shooter, but it works. It's functional. In World War II, we had 20-year-old dudes clearing houses in Normandy with a weapon system about as long as this, and it was a much larger caliber. So, while I would ideally prefer something like this, the fact is, something like this or a pistol, it's going to require a significant more of an investment on your part, both financially and with the time it takes to train to become familiar with something like this. This is very simple. You have three functions. You have the manual pump action slide, you have the trigger, and you have your safety. Now, provided you're familiar with the basic firearm safety guidelines, this is pretty foolproof. It doesn't take a whole lot of brain power, and if you hit one option that doesn't work, you have two more that you need to go through. So this is a very, very functional weapon that it's not ideal. Again, operating in tight spaces in a building, it's not ideal. but it works. And so when you pair it with a response kit like this, sitting right next to your safe, you can grab your weapon, grab your bag, respond to the situation, and you are 100% going to have a fighting chance at getting those people that you care about out of a bad situation. So that's the sum of it. Familiarize yourself with the laws that pertain to defending your life and those you care about, and stop at your local gun store on your way home tomorrow. Grab a neoprene gun sleeve to put it on the stock to have the ammo readily available. The other thing that's great about these shotguns and a hunting shotgun like this is even in the more gun restrictive and unfriendly gun states, getting something like this, if you don't already have it, is going to be much simpler than acquiring something like this in some states. Most of the time, you're going to be able to walk into your local gun store, fill out your paperwork, and walk straight out of there, and you are going to be set up to efficiently respond to a bad situation. So, to close, my offer still stands. If I can help you at all to get started on something like this, if you have questions, I will provide my email, and I will do my best to respond with my knowledge and ability to get you a starting point to work forward to defend yourself.